Hello, everybody. I'm waiting for my co-host, Stone Sour. Talk about this country. How's everybody doing tonight? It's my third time today on here. Hope everybody's family's well. Hope everybody's doing well. Give me 1 second. NB, hey, sweetheart. How you doing? We almost won our game. We lost by 3. I took a picture because I was so excited. I was like, man, we only have 5 kids, though. You can see. Yeah, it's kind of hard. We lost by 3. Eating soup, you okay? I'm waiting for my esteemed colleague to get in here so we can start this discussion. Oh, man. I know there's other people on right now, but let me see. Where are we at right now, people? Here we go. So I'm watching right now in double time. As you see this stuff going on with this Russia, man, it's crazy. That's why I wore the shirt. I figure I got to represent for the troops, and I got to have some peaceful minds, man. Jimi Hendrix reminds me of peace, you know? So there's a lot going on in the country. Without further ado, my esteemed colleague is in here. I'm going to bring him in right now, the Stone Sour. Here he comes. What's up?
Hey, what's going on?
You see, I had to show some respect tonight. You know, look, I put all the omerta away. I said, this reminds me of peace, Jimi Hendrix. How you doing, man?
I'm great, man. I'm great. What's going on with you, Mikey?
I've been getting hit up all day, man. A lot of people have been asking me about, like the situation, and people have been saying, what's the Stone Sour thing? Oh, there goes Josie. Did you ever meet Josie yet?
No, I haven't met her.
She's great people. She's from England. She's in England.
I've been to England several times, and I love it.
Oh, that's what's up.
Portsmouth. Used to go there with my ship. I used to go through London, everywhere. I won some money in the casinos and everything, and had a great time, man. Yeah.
So what's going on? Everything good?
Everything's good, man. Everything's good. I'm ready to talk about the Ukraine. If you're ready, I happen to be familiar with that area and familiar with,
I think I might surprise you. I know just a little bit, nothing like you. So first off, again, let me say something before we get started.
Sure.
Everybody, as usual, whoever's in here, hit the like, subscribe button if you like. But what I like to say is, number one, I think this has to go off. I do it all the time, but thank you, sir, for what you've done for our country. Salute to all the soldiers that are home, that paid the ultimate sacrifice, the guys that are fighting this war. We wouldn't be able to be out here and living this free if these guys weren't protecting us. So I just want to give a shout out to them. You're in our prayers, and God bless.
Yep. Thank you very much. It was my pleasure. It was my honor to serve. It really was.
I don't think that a lot of people really understand what this is about. I mean, I think John McCain said it the best. He said that Russia is a gas station, right? Like a gas station. He said something like Russia is a gas station with something. Like, I mean, he's making a power move, though. I didn't think he would go this far. I didn't really think.
Why not? I mean, think about it. You got to remember, the Ukraine used to be part of Russia.
Exactly.
Okay? Before the Soviet Union fell, those were satellite states that they swallowed up during the communism and Stalin and all that.
Romania, Belarus, all that over there.
Yeah, all those countries, exactly. Moldova, the Ukraine, all of them, Belarus. So they grew up in a Russian culture. They grew up learning Russian schools. They were taught Soviet propaganda, all that stuff. Anyway, the Berlin Wall falls. communism falls, so we think, and they all say, hey, we want our independence, we want to be an independent state, and blah, blah, blah. So they get their independence because the Soviet Union just fell, and they were very weak. They weren't able to say no, basically. Their country just imploded from within. So now here we are, fast forward many years. The Ukraine, they have this, majority of the Soviet Union is landlocked. In other words, there's no beachfront property where they could park their ships. And when they swallowed all those republics, a lot of those republics had waterways where they would keep their navy, their powerful navy. And that's what Crimea was. So when
they annexed that, right, in 2014, I think it was.
Crimea, because of the strategic location, the geography of it, because it's a large seaport, and Putin has the Russian Navy there. They never gave that back. But the bottom line is this: Vladimir Putin is their version of 007, KGB,
right? Yeah.
Military. He's killed people. He's not a joke, okay? He's not about these pronouns and these social justice warriors. He's going to kick your ass and kill you, and if he wants something, he's going to fucking take it. He don't ask, he takes it. That's the difference. Now, he doesn't respect Biden. He knows Biden is weak, especially domestically. He doesn't have any support. We just basically surrendered our army in Afghanistan.
Now, wait, just so the viewers know, though, because you correct me if I'm wrong. Now, didn't Ukraine surrender to Bill Clinton their nuclear arsenal, right? They gave up their nuclear
that was part of a peace deal. Yeah, because Ukraine held it held a very large portion of the Soviet Union, the previous Soviet Union's nuclear weapon power. So now what Ukraine wants to do is they were asking to become part of NATO. If they become part of NATO, that threatens Putin, because that means he's going to have international bases, to include U.S. military bases right in his backyard, kind of like what the Soviets did with Cuba when they put missiles there with John Kennedy. John Kennedy said, I cannot have missiles in this hemisphere. Exactly. So I'm going to blockade. We're willing to go to war until you get these fucking missiles out of here, because I'm not having them in my backyard. So he did that. Well, that's what Putin's trying to do. All right. He doesn't want NATO bases in his backyard. He wants to try to restore Russia back to its prominence. And you understand, and he doesn't respect Biden, and he knows Biden is weak. And the difference between, if you have buyer's remorse now for voting for Biden, you should have it even more, because in all honesty, if Donald Trump was president, he would have never made a move like this. He would have waited, because
and I think people need to understand too, and it's not, I was trying to talk to my son earlier about this, like, it's not about Republican or Democrat, man. It's about what's right. Like, peace through strength means that, we help every 28 countries in NATO are all with us. We pretty much, we're the biggest philanthropists. We take care of the world. We give all this, packages and stuff, and whatever we could do to help people. We're always looked at the bad guy, but yeah, you know what? Yeah, they're not a part of NATO yet, but we have those countries now are a part, right? Some of them, like Lithuania, some of them countries are part of NATO. So if he crosses that line, we have no choice. We have to answer, right? I know there's spreading troops out.
No, I wouldn't.
No,
they're a NATO ally, but I think my opinion is this: we just surrendered our army in Afghanistan. The same generals, the same Secretary of Defense, and the same Secretary of Defense, and the same president. They've lost the trust of the American people. Would you put your son's life in their hands after what they just did?
No.
No, you wouldn't. Would you see, to me, if I'm a politician, if I'm a congressman, the vote to go to war is easy. All I have to do is ask myself, would I send my son or daughter for this cause to die? And if the answer is no, I vote no. If the answer is yes, I vote yes. Well, my answer is no. I think we need to stay out of this. We need to rebuild our country. And of course, you can do with the economic sanctions and all that stuff. Yes, put that on them. But to have a war and to go head to head with this guy over to Ukraine, no.
No, not at all. Especially, too, let's not forget that Ukraine is no friggin' angel. I mean, they have a lot of oligarchs and a lot of shady deals over there. And, I don't respect anything about this guy. He's our president. He's my president. So I respect that because he has the title, but I don't. His strategy, I didn't like what he did in Afghanistan. I really don't like what's going on right now.
He doesn't deserve the right. He's lost the right and the privilege to command our sons and daughters. He's lost that right, in my opinion, by the way he handled Afghanistan. I would not put my life in this man, my son's life in this man's hands. I'm being totally honest with you, and I'm an American through and through. But for the Ukraine, and I love the Ukrainian people, we could sanction them, let NATO do its job. Let's stop being out front, paying for every fucking thing. Donald Trump.
Everybody's giving 2% of their defense budget, not even. We're paying for everybody.
Everything. We pay. And Donald Trump was the only president to go, wait a second, why don't we break this up equally? What? Holy shit. Yeah.
You know what's so funny? Because I want everybody to hear this. I know there's a lot of shows going on right now. A lot of people see this later. We got some people in here, but look, I'm down in the city. I just left the basketball game. This whole stigma of people don't like him. And listen, man, buyer's remorse from what I hear from people. A lot of people are not happy. And the thing is people, you know, not only like, why is a place like Ukraine, right? We're going to go fight with Putin, whose economy is the size of Texas, right? It's the biggest country in the world, but their economy is not that big.
No, but they got a big army.
They have 40% of the nukes, and so do we, right? 45 apiece.
Exactly. That's an equalizer right there. Yeah. Look, I can have 10 million men in my army, but if you got a nuclear bomb and I got a nuclear bomb, guess what? And let's say you only have 100,000 and I have 1 million, you still got a bomb. And it's an equalizer. So it keeps everybody honest in the room, because if you drop this, we're all dead. Then I'll drop it and we're all gone. So that's an equalizer. So nobody's going to use that in their right mind.
So then Yankees, what's up, brother? So what's up, Richard? So explain one thing to me. Why is Germany, like, we were the #1 exporter of energy, man, you know, when Trump was there. And now it's like, where's it at, man? Like, you know, why is all these pipelines going to Germany? Yeah. And they're like, oh, we don't really want to get on board with you yet, U.S. We want to see how this plays out. Like,
yeah. They want to pick a winner. They don't want to fucking back a loser, because Biden and the Democrats, the majority of them, care more about. They say the biggest threat to the world is climate change. So they shut down our capabilities to produce oil and fuel. And guess who controls the switch? Our enemies. Or, you know what I'm saying? These people are fools. They don't deserve the right to run and to lead. They don't deserve the right. They don't deserve the privilege to command your daughter and your son and have their lives in your hands. They have forfeited that privilege, in my opinion.
Don't you feel that they took the position, instead of being like the way you think, you think of the best for the country and the military. You don't speak what's best for the bank. You don't speak what's best for the president.
Don't care about it.
Yeah, exactly.
Listen, in my opinion,
how do these generals get to do this shit? I just don't. I wasn't in the military. I don't understand.
Well, they're told what to do. They're told what to think. You don't think that's not their own. That's not their opinions when they get up there and talk. They're being told. Come on.
I know that, but I'm saying, like,
they have lost the right and the confidence. The Biden administration has lost the right and the confidence and the privilege of serving and commanding American troops. They've lost that, and they're not going to get it back. And the bottom line is this: one American life, in my opinion, isn't worth anybody else's. That's my opinion.
I just think that, like, I've always been a big history fan. My father told me, I told you before, he said, go in the Coast Guard. He came from Italy, served in the military. I was stupid, but I wish I would have. But I mean, there's nothing I can really do about it. But that's why I've always tried so hard to support our veterans, you know, and even what I do with the kids, the respect thing, I feel like we lost that as a whole. Like I don't look, you're a soldier. So if you're telling me that you feel that you don't believe that the people who are leading us into this, or you don't believe in it, I mean, that's pretty sad to say.
They've lost my confidence. I would not send my son or daughter to go fight in the Ukraine and die against Putin to protect the Ukraine. I wouldn't do it.
And now they're giving out weapons to, like, veterans and stuff.
I would do it. I would too if I was in that country. They're going to have to give everyone a rifle to survive. But in America, they want to take away your right, your Second Amendment right.
No, right?
You know? before you know it, they might be knocking at our fucking door because we're so overspread everywhere. You understand? They might be knocking at our door, but no, they want to defund the police and take your gun away. The law-abiding citizen can't have a gun, but they're going to defund the fucking police. These people are a cancer inside this country. And hopefully this election, we cut them out, really, because their ideas are flawed. They're failures. They don't work. Look at these cities. As soon as you challenge them on anything, Mike, you're a racist. That's it. That's their own line.
I'm so glad you brought that up because
that's their whole playbook. You're a white supremacist if you disagree with me. That's it.
I won't say where, but there was 2 refs tonight, the basketball game. We had 5 kids, right? We had a black ref and a white ref. Now, and I'm not making this up, right? Everything. How you doing, Anthony? That's a new name. What's up, brother? Thank you so much. It was almost like
he's a paisan.
Yeah, it was almost like the white guy, and I'm being real with you. I could care less white, black. I coach all kids. I don't care. I hate racism. But he was scared, man, a bunch of times, like to call some stuff. And I said,
I'm sure.
You know, and it's like I said to him, I was like, "Yo," he's like, "Man," he's like, "You don't even understand the backlash that we get." He's like, I said, "Yeah, but don't take that out on my team." He was like, "Nah." I said, "Listen, I don't play that shit." Like, you know,
listen, it's a cancer. It's even corrupted our sports. Look at the NFL. Look at the commercials. They're all virtue signaling. It's all virtue signals. When you see these, oh, we don't have enough. Listen, they say there's not enough black coaches in the NFL. There's 5, right? Well, I say, listen, what if I said there's not enough white players? What the fuck? You know what I'm saying? The best person should get the job, period. Enough of this. I got to pick a black woman, a Latino, a transgender person. Pick the best fucking people. When my tax dollars, I want the best people.
What do you think it is? Our boy Richard, he's not drinking in Ireland. He said, would Trump go toe to toe with Russia?
Let me tell you why. You say respect. Putin respected Trump. Putin does not respect Biden. Exactly. And if Trump said to Putin, if you do this, I'm going to bomb the Kremlin. I guarantee you, Putin knows that he's crazy enough to fucking do it. So he's going to back off and let Trump run his course because they know every 4 or 8 years we change governments. So they lay back and they wait till a weak guy comes in, and then they come in and they extort him. Hey, I'm going to invade the Ukraine. I know you're not going to do nothing, Biden. The American people, you got like a 20% approval rating. You just fucked up Afghanistan. He knows that Biden is weak, so he's going to capitalize on it. Why? Because he's a smart man, a very smart man, Vladimir Putin. And he does something that most of our leaders don't do. He puts his country first.
You know what my son said to me this morning? He was like, because he feels like he hates all the politicians. But he's like, did you see Trump praise Biden? I said, it was a strategic move. The guy's not done. If you got a chance to put your country back together with a guy who's letting you get away with look, and I say this because you can go back to when Biden was running for president, and I think up until a year ago, 6 months ago, the Wall Street Journal verbatim claimed and said, if Russia does not invade Ukraine, then Biden is the smarter man. He's playing chess, not checkers. Then they said something else. Like, to me, man, I just think it's a joke because, the thing with Trump, just like the street, man, it's just like all these knuckleheads. You're not going to go up to a guy. I'll give you a story. We're in the mall one time. My buddy's a friend of mine. He likes to think he's a tough guy. Guy knows a karate expert, martial artist. He's 140 pounds. They were trying to pay him $100 or $500, $1,000, whatever, to go sucker punch this guy. I grabbed him. I said, don't you do that. I said, this guy's a champion, like 140 pounds. Like, oh, that dude's skinny. I said, bro, I'm telling you. So went up, nothing. Thank God nothing happened. But when I went up seeing the guy, I said, can you just show him something for me? And the kid, he was like, thank you so much that you showed me that. I said, yeah, because you're about to get your ass tore up. So that's the same comparison with Trump. It's not about that you're sitting there.
I got a better comparison. I had an inmate in prison who was probably good, the best I've ever seen with his hands, right?
Oh, yeah.
And he could have handled anybody. But there was a couple people he never messed with. And there was one guy who used to rub shit on himself that would cut your throat in the middle of – you would be watching TV, he'll stab you in the neck. He never messed with him. And the reason why is because he said, he's too crazy enough to be scared of me. That's why I won't fuck with him. He's too crazy enough to be afraid of me. Well, that's Trump. And that's what Putin thinks. This guy, I'm not going to try him because I know if I put him in a situation and force his hand, he'll do it.
I got to be honest, Rob.
Because he's a strong leader and Biden's not. Trump's got a spine.
I don't want you to look at me or think that I'm not, I don't know this shit like the average guy, because I do. But I have to say, I really didn't think that, look, I knew Putin's capable. I don't trust nothing about him, but I just don't see how he comes out winning with this thing, man. I mean, you go over and
listen, he already is going to win. Let me tell you how he's going to win. When he pulled out in 2014, he kept Crimea, right? So when he pulls out in 2022, after he gets a whole bunch of money and economic grants and loans, he'll keep something else. And it'll just be this every couple years, and he'll come in, he'll invade, and then he'll leave, but he'll keep. He won't give it all back. And eventually, and the areas that he keeps, he'll put bases on. He'll declare them independent states. He'll put Russian bases there, and he'll just keep doing this until eventually it's like looking at, you ever play that game Stratego?
Yeah.
He took over the whole fucking board. He's going to get it back.
Yeah. It's crazy, man. And you look at that stuff and you say to yourself, man, like, what the hell is going on? Like, but to be honest, like, that's when Trump said that, I knew what he was saying. Like, the guy has never been right since he felt his essay he just wrote. He said in an essay, 5,000-word essay, what he regrets the most is the fall of Russia. When they surrendered, he felt like that was the biggest disrespect. And he's a gangster too, that dude, man. So, the thing is, though, like, not only with the sanctions, I heard like 80 billion or something is tied to Look, there's somebody in here named Vladimir Putin.
Good. I'm glad he's good. Okay, Putin. Listen, Putin, do what you got to do. Listen, do what you got to do, because I hear we're sending border patrol over to Ukraine to help them with their border. Our fucking border's wide open.
I know, and they said, that's the
coming up with this.
Touched on that, because that's my next question. How the hell could we talk about, we're so worried about this border and we're so free in this border? I mean, we can't make this shit up.
No, you can't. Look at the people that are running this country do not have the best interest at heart of the American people right now, unfortunately. They want to let everybody in from within. See, they want to kill us from within. That's why the borders that's why they handcuff the Border Patrol and they don't allow them to do their jobs. That's what they want to do, because to them, all these people coming from South America are voters for them.
Yeah. And it's crazy too, man, because, I kind of look at it in a way like this too, though. Like, I think this guy's going to, now that I've seen what he's done, I think he's going to go all for nothing. I don't see how he could turn back now. Now, if every company, now how is Germany, right? The chancellor of Germany is some kind of, I don't know what you want to call it. He runs some energy company or something. He's on the board of some company that's.
They're all hooked up, man.
They're all hooked up.
This is the difference today. They don't try to hide their corruption. They do it out. They do it in plain sight now. That's it.
So what do you think is the biggest thing? I mean, they talk about the gas pump.
The biggest winner here. You know who the biggest winner is going to be? China.
Yeah, I just seen that too. Did you see they just flew 9 aircrafts over in Taiwan? Did you see that?
Yep.
I stay on this shit, man. See, now that's what they're going to do.
Listen, you know why? Because they are smart people and they know the best way, just from Sun Tzu, right out of the book. Why would I destroy my enemy when I can have my enemy and my enemies destroy each other? And then I'll just walk in and clean up the mess. The U.S. will go with Putin. It'll make the U.S. weak. It'll make Russia weak. And here we are. We're going to take Taiwan, and then we're going to take you because you're weak.
Kingston says, hey, be polite and pass to the right, Sour.
I pass it to him.
I'll take that. So do you think just economically, I mean, do you think, like, obviously the gas prices, but why do you think he's so in bed with the left, Biden cares about, like, we keep we have enough reserves here in this country, man. We're buying 5,000 barrels a day from Russia.
He cuts it off. Listen, he doesn't care. He's not paying for his gas. Don't you get it?
So what do you think the biggest thing like that people should be? What should people watch out for? What do you think the biggest thing?
I think people need to really vote in this next election and vote anybody out that's a social justice warrior or one of these woke morons, because they do not have the best interest at heart. They want to fundamentally change our government. And I'm not telling you to vote red or blue. I'm telling you to vote for a candidate. If a guy runs and he's in the fucking pink pussy party, but he's pro-America, then vote for him or her.
Oh, yeah. Damn
Stop
straight.
voting. You know what I'm saying? Some of the Republicans are just as bad.
Oh, dude, Lindsey Graham, that guy needs to go, man. I'm sorry, dude.
All those guys.
I know he was a Navy guy, but
he was in the Air Force. He was in the Air Force.
I thought he was Navy.
The Air Force.
Oh, was he? Now, did you see that they said that he's already dismantled their Air Force, but Jack Keane said he don't think that they did that yet. I like him. He's a smart dude too, man.
Well, he's a smart dude and he's a general, and he came up in a different time. He was around in the military where President Reagan, even President Nixon, President Eisenhower, President Kennedy, even they would bring generals in an office and say, "What do you think I should do?" And they would actually be able to speak freely and say, "You don't need to get involved in that," or "Yeah, let's get them." And then they would make their decision. Obama and Biden and even George W. called these guys in and said, "This is the narrative. There's weapons of mass destruction there. We need to go to war. You agree, General?" "Yes, sir. Yes, sir." Because they got all their pension and retirements. These guys retire from their jobs as generals and admirals and then immediately go to work for the military industrial complex. Defense contractors making $1 million a year. They retire at fucking $500,000 a year on their pension, and then they go make millions. I mean, come on.
How does a guy like Biden and all right, you know more because you were in the military, you were around guys when bad, like you're in a war right now. What do you think our soldiers are feeling right now? I mean,
like puppets, like a bunch of puppets, like pawns in a game.
Now, what's this NATO that just dispersed like 9,000 NATO troops along the border to is that just to make sure that they don't?
It's a show of force. It's supposed to be like a deterrent. Hey, Putin, we got NATO here. So if you shoot at us or kill one of us, now you attack NATO. So consequences are going to be worse. You know what I mean? And that's all it is. You know, the thing is that Putin
Iran and China, I believe you, man. I think they're the ones.
Well, I mean, China's the one that's really winning because China doesn't listen. China will sit back and let everybody destroy each other. They don't care.
Oh, wait,
then they'll come in and clean up.
Biden say that though? He said, "Come on, man, China, eat our lunch. Come on, man, get out of here."
They already ate his lunch. They paid him off. They paid his son off. The Ukraine, he has. Trust me. And also, Biden wants to go to war because he knows there's a lot of shady deals with the Ukraine. He and his son made.
Distraction, man.
Yeah, he wants to cover that shit up, man. This guy's corrupt. It's not even a conspiracy anymore to say the government's corrupt. It's really fucking corrupt.
Definitely. And it's shame though, because it seems
I worked for it. I worked for it for 27 years.
But it seems like the ones that try to bring that to the forefront are the ones that are stifled the most, or the ones that
you'll lose everything. If you speak up in these positions, you'll lose everything now. They cancel you. Now they cancel your ass. You know, they don't allow you to speak freely.
Hey, here's a compliment from our buddy in Ireland.
That's right. Well, he's drunk anyway, so I don't,
Richard's in Ireland. He's sauced up. I don't know what time is it over there. Yeah, what time is it over there?
Fucking Conor McGregor fucking whiskey, getting all fucking like this. Like he's fucking.
You see him with his I see him riding his bike with no shirt on. He got diesel.
Yeah. He's fucking not. You know, Irish people are fucking tough people, man. They don't give a fuck. They'll fight anybody.
They don't care.
They'll fight anybody. They don't give a fuck. They don't care how big. Like some of them are little and they're fighting guys fucking 5 times. They don't give a fuck. They get some of that juice in them, baby, and they're like, yeah.
They don't care, man. It's crazy. You know, my dad, what I feel like, even with you look, I didn't realize Putin was 73. I thought he was a little bit younger than that.
Why? You know why? Because he's a martial arts black belt. He trains every day. He don't fuck around, bro. The guy's on a strict diet.
And not only that,
KGB, Russian Special Forces. The guy's got to fuck. He's whacked more people than fucking Sammy the Bull Gravano, okay?
He makes Sammy the Bull look like a fucking altar boy, right?
Sammy the Cub Scout. He makes him look like Sammy the Cub Scout is what he makes him look like.
It's crazy, too, because I see, him, even in certain parts of the winter, they have this faith thing. When look who's here, the general came to say what's up. What's up, general?
It's the admiral and the general.
The general, the admiral, and the soldier. I'm just a soldier. I'm just a private. I'm nothing. I'm nobody big.
Private.
Yeah.
It's all right. It's better than none. What's he say?
Richard says he doesn't drink, just tote. We know, Richard.
Oh,
we just drinking yourself.
That's what I'm on too. That's what I'm on, Richard. I know. I had to get off that shit. Me too, man.
Yeah, dude. I never was into drinking, man. I just seen people. I never liked the way I seen people get, man. It just
that's the only thing that stopped the Irish from taking over the planet. Alcohol. They gave him alcohol. That's it.
Dad was a big drunk, man. He used to say that all the time, man. If we could have just stopped drinking,
they would have won the whole fucking thing. We'd all be speaking Gaelic right now. These guys would have won everything, but they.
It's a shame though. Like one of the most things I wanted to touch on, especially tonight, so people can see too. Like, so where is how can I put it? So who regulates our government? Like, I mean, obviously, like. The mistakes is that, I mean, I know it's a crazy question, but who is actually the overseer of them, man? Who actually, like, obviously, I mean,
well, they're supposed to be checks and balances. The Congress, the Senate, they're supposed to, be our checks and balances. But most of them are all on the take anyway. They're all in the bag too.
Lobbyists and
yeah, because here it is, Mike. It's kind of like the mob. Everybody knows, like, I know all the bad things you did. You know all the bad things I did. He knows all the bad. We all know the bad things we've all done. We've even done it together. We've even, collaborated on a couple capers, right? Yep. So I'm not going to call you out because you can call me out. So everybody's got dirt on their face, right? So nobody's going to say, Biden, knock this bullshit off. I know why, no one's going to do that because I know where you got your 50,000 and your 10,000, and I know you got a girlfriend that might be a man. I know you're living. You understand what I'm saying? You understand? Well, this is
shame. It's a sad state of affairs. Like I said, I wasn't you. I didn't serve in the military. I'll say this again. Let me say this again because you know how much love I got for you, my brother. I do. I'm genuinely. I love this fucking dude, man. He's a really good friend, and I just like that he keeps it real. But the soldiers, I have to say, man, I think the gangsters, the mobsters, that ain't tough. Soldiers is tough. So when I see like people, like even if it is our own administration, our own government, like why, like, all right, I understand you can't make everybody happy, but when you know that you're making decisions that's affecting our country so bad and your approval rating is so low, I mean, you're really going to side with the far left or whatever you want to call it.
You don't understand, Mike. These guys are so, by the time they get to that position to be president, they sold their soul to the devil, Mike. It's done. You can't get to a position like that in this country, in this day and age, without selling your fucking soul. It's Trump. That's why Trump was so rare.
And you know what's funny?
He didn't have to. He had his own fucking money. That's why he was so rare. He didn't have to sell his ass.
And it's funny, too, because they just came out today that something else did happen with the Russia. It's supposedly bullshit. Another charge got knocked down. Like, that was all a hoax, too. Like, I'm not saying people have to like Trump. That's not what I'm saying at all. What I'm saying,
listen, you don't listen. But you know what? 9 out of 10 times when you ask them what they don't like about, it's always about because he has a big mouth. He says stupid things on his Twitter. Okay. I just want you to be an adult. I want you to step back and look at everything objectively. Eliminate the tweets, the stupid shit that he says, the dumb shit. Eliminate that and look at what's happened in the policies.
Obama.
Just look at it that way, and you'll realize he wasn't as bad as you think.
No, and not only that, prison reform. Let me tell you something. He let 5,000 inmates out. I'm a nonviolent offender, right? I never have to fill that out an application no more. He did that, number one. Number two, he brought dudes home. The black colleges, I don't know if a lot of people on here know, they only get money every 2 years. Obama gave it to them every year or two. He secured black college money for 10 years, man.
I know he did.
Opportunity zones in neighborhoods he did that nobody talks about.
Obama don't give him money because he never went to a black college. What black college did he go to?
You know what, Vladimir, you said America made a mistake not electing Trump again. I really think he was elected. I just think that we know what happened with that. I mean, look, Biden's our president. He's there. I
Some
wish he
shady
would do
shit.
good,
I don't know. Look, I don't know if it was 7 million shady shits, but there was some shady shit. I'll give you that.
Let me just say this. So everybody who can correct me if I'm wrong, go look at the Wall Street Journal, how they were praising this president, saying that he's backing Putin down and Putin knows if he gets me in front of him what I'm going to do. Let me tell you something. Everything he said he was going to do, he didn't do nothing. And now people are dying. And to be honest, I'm with you. I don't feel we should put any troops there. I'm not saying they should just be on their own, but until they invade NATO, stay the fuck out of it, man.
Allow the sanctions, allow the United Nations and NATO to work sanctions, cripple his bank. But see, here's the thing. They think by freezing bank accounts nowadays, now in 2014, freezing a bank account hurt. But today, something's changed. It's called cryptocurrency.
Exactly.
And that's why it's not as effective, because I think Putin's a chess player. He's 2-3 moves ahead. Okay.
This is what I would do. I would do this. Correct me if I'm wrong. I would definitely, right now, I'm looking at the TV. They said troops are heading to Kiev right now.
Yeah.
What I would do is fuck the banks, man. You got to cut them pipelines off and start now. I would say
we don't control them. We don't control them. We gave up control, Mike.
I would say I hate.
Biden gave up the switch.
I know. I said I would. This is what I would do. I would say, listen, I hate that. I hate the fact. Look, I wouldn't make us look. I know it's a Trump administration policy, but the number one exporter of fuel and energy, like, let's get back to that. Let's not be so dependent upon these friggin' countries. 20 years, all we did was build China up, right or wrong.
20, a little bit. Listen, think about it. Under the Biden administration, they said the number one threat to the United States was climate change. Think about it, folks. Climate change was the number one threat to the United States. Yeah, that's fucking crazy.
It's funny. It is. We got 350 million people. The two biggest countries in the world, India and China, billions of people, they don't do any emissions, man. It doesn't matter what we do, man.
Not only that.
Is that Knobles? Where's Knobles? Is that in
Chernobyl?
Yeah. Is that near Kiev or is that
Chernobyl, yeah. Chernobyl, yeah. It had a big meltdown many years ago.
Yeah, I remember that shit. Man.
Fucked a lot of people up too. The Russian government, the Soviet government did a big, massive cover up about that, as most corrupt governments do. They cover up.
I hate to say it, man, because I know they say you shouldn't talk about stuff on here, but I wonder, like, certain administrations, like, you know, when Mitt Romney said Russia was the biggest geopolitical threat, I think it's China, but for him to even say that, Yankees for Life's a great dude. He said, "See, you should change your name from Putin. It's a bad name. We're going to war. Change your name." He said, "Oh, Chernobyl, yeah."
I think the biggest threat Mitt Romney ever saw in his life was his 3 wives.
And how about when he put the dog on the roof?
He's a scumbag, Mitt Romney. No, he's such a phony, fake fraud. I mean, Jesus Christ.
I was thinking this the other day. If Trump came right in, if Jeff Sessions did his job from day one and wasn't so scared, Trump would have never had them problems, because they found out now everything's proven it was Hillary. I mean,
Jeff Sessions is a little midget from friggin' 1855. This guy
Alabama.
Yeah. Jeff Beauregard Sessions. When he was so anti-marijuana, he wanted to turn the FBI. He told them to start arresting marijuana people. He's fucking out of his little mind, a little bastard.
Was that true? He was trying to do that again, right?
Yeah, he was fucking nuts. He told the Justice Department to start prosecuting even minor possession cases again. Like, you're going to use FBI to arrest a guy with a joint? Like, really? You're paying this agent $170,000 a year to arrest people? I mean, come on.
I think one of the craziest ones I wrote, I think Louisiana has some of the strongest cannabis laws in the country. I think that's a couple
states. Right now, and because you know me, I'm the Stone Sailor. Right now in North Dakota, Kristi Noem, who's a really hot chick, by the way, she's a good governor, but she's terrible on cannabis. She's good on a lot of things, but they legalized cannabis, and she's still having cops arrest people. Like, this girl has really lost her mind. Her panties are really twisted about cannabis. I don't know what happened. She might have smoked some when she was a kid and had a paranoia or something. I don't know. But that little hottie, you know, she's a pretty girl, man. You know, and I agree with her a lot of polys, but her marijuana, she's out of her fucking mind. The way she is.
And to me, I'd
she
say
needs
this
it more than anybody. I think she needs marijuana more than anybody, Christino.
I'd like anybody to challenge us, man. I would like to draw a comparison straight down the line between alcohol and cannabis.
Well, I could give you a simple scenario. How about this? Two guys are fighting at a football game. Are they high or are they drunk?
Definitely drunk.
They're drunk. Okay. You know why? Because it's impossible to fight someone when you're high on cannabis. Okay? Common fucking sense.
Thank you, Richard. Richard, do I make a little bit of sense too? No, I'm joking. Richard's giving you a lot of praise, brother.
Thank you. I love Richard.
Yeah, Richard's good dude. Listen, you know, I know a little bit. That's
Do
why I
they
love
have
this.
a prime minister? He's in Ireland, right?
Yeah, they have a prime minister,
Ask
right?
him, ask him if I could run. They have a prime minister and a president. I think they have one of those. Ask him if I could run. How long do I have to live in Ireland? How long do I have to be a citizen of Ireland, Richard, to run?
Oh, let's be nice to Yankees. Yeah, Richard. How does he get? He wants to run for prime minister.
Well, president. I think they have a president too.
Oh, president. So Richard,
their president's like limited power. Their prime minister is really the strong office.
Well, I think that should be alleviated, man. Especially in England with the Queen and all that. I mean,
well, he's from Ireland, not Northern.
Oh, he's from Ireland. No, I'm saying in England, though, they still have everything the Queen.
Well, they have a monarchy. They have a constitutional monarchy. Yeah, Ireland doesn't have. Northern Ireland is part of England, I believe.
Yeah, definitely.
Ireland is its own country. 5 years.
So when you hear some English people speaking with such hard, is that more the North when they sound Irish almost? You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, really,
like a regular English accent, and then you have.
Well, that's actually how. I mean, they're actually speaking what they call the Queen's English. I mean, that's actually how English was originally. You know, and then it came to the colonies, and we bastardized it. You know, because we go into our own regions and
we dismantled it.
Yeah, damn. We made it ours. We made it ours. Our English. You know.
I think that we'll be okay. I think that number one. I think that. See, the thing about this country, what I was telling my son today, we are the only country, not only is there 28 countries in NATO, and we pay everybody's defense budget, we are the biggest philanthropists, man. We drop packages all over the world. Every time there's a humanitarian crisis, U.S. steps up.
Yeah.
You know, and it pisses me off when I see people that don't. Yeah, we got a lot to work on. Yankees a great guy. I don't even know what they're talking about. But, like, I feel like we're going to feel it at the pump. Now, he was blaming our president, says, oh, well, the food supply and the shelves, that's because of this Russia. It's got nothing to do with that, man.
Inflation was at 7% before this thing happened. What's it going to go now? 10, 12?
10%. Right now, it's already the biggest, I think, in 40 years, right? Almost.
I mean, we can't continue.
No worse, right? Yeah.
Yeah, so what Biden wants to do is he figures if I start another war, hey, people will forget about inflation. He.
I think when November the elections start, man, I think they're going to get decimated, man, all over.
Oh, they know they're going to be decimated. They know they're going to.
And it's crazy too because we can all have this discussion about police reform. You can still hire cops. The thing is, if everybody got back to respect, then that's would be the all. That would be the all. That's all we need is everybody to get respectful. Because when you respect other people, you're not just going to act in a way you think is fucking right. You're going to act in a way where you think that, look, I might want to do this, but I'm going to respect this man right here, and I'm going to, give him the same respect that I want. And I feel like we lost that a lot. It's all right, Yankees. Don't let him get to you, brother. 32 counties in Ireland and 26 are free. 6 are run by both England and Ireland. Wow. Parish in the north of Ireland. Yeah. Oh, it's 6 altogether? I didn't know that.
6 are run by both. So it's both.
Here, let me say something, man, because me and Rob, let's not get this confused. He's our president too. We might not agree with everything, but we don't get into it. I don't agree with
him. He's the president, and and I know that if I was in the military, I wouldn't say anything contemptuous towards him because that you can get charged. You can't speak ill contempt towards officials in the military. But now that I'm retired and I'm a private citizen, I do not like President Biden.
And listen, and I think that you of all people, especially more than us, so have the right to say you served in the military, man. You were in the fight.
I'm not a fan of President Biden at all or his policies.
And that's what everybody should learn and take from this. And I don't think he's not a Democrat. I don't think, even if he is, who cares? But
I mean, listen, everybody. The Democratic Party used to be a normal party, but what happened was
conservative, right? More conservative.
They went. It's like the Republicans went one click to the right. The Democrats went three clicks to the left.
I'm more like a libertarian, I think. What do you think? I'm socially.
Just me. You know what I am? I'm just pro-America, man. If the bill's going to work and put stuff on foot, do good things for this country, I'll vote for it. If we're going to send a bunch of money to countries that don't like us, I'm against it.
Yeah, I don't understand that.
It's just that simple. I don't know. I don't know what else to what else I could do.
If you were grading him right now, what would you think the dumbest thing that he has done so far, as far as just with the Putin thing? Is there like one thing more so than the other? Or, I mean, just the whole.
You mean other than Afghanistan? You mean just now?
That in itself could. If I talk about that, he has no right to even. Like he should just have.
I don't even. Honestly, he really hasn't done anything yet. I mean, he's sanctioned. Okay, so let's see what happens. I mean, you know what they say: if you want to mess up a good bill, give it to Joe Biden. That's what Obama said. So here we go.
Not only that, let's get back to Robert Gates, because he was the Secretary of Defense, and he said he's been wrong on every worldwide, whatever issue they call it.
Issue.
He said, look, Russia should be expelled from a banking system. They got Bitcoin, like you said. I didn't even really think of that until a little bit later today.
Yeah, and listen, trust me, Putin already thought of it. They got they got gold. What are you talking about? They got gold, man. You don't think he stockpiles gold? He's got gold. They got, first of all, Switzerland. They'll do banking with anybody. They're a neutral fucking country.
Yeah.
So enough of that. They already know what bank accounts they can and cannot touch. And now there's cryptocurrency. There's also
the NFT stuff. I've been hearing about that now. That's another big.
That really has. I mean, that could be big in the future with that, because that's like art. And that's what I was leading to. He has masterpiece paintings and arts and statues and things. They got gold. They got money, guys. Okay, they got money. They
And he's got a gas station for a country, man. I mean, they have a lot of resources.
Everybody, you know what? Most people, if you're smart right now, you're trying to fucking divorce yourself from the international banking system, because they're worse than fucking any mob.
How do they get away with it, though? How do they always get away with it?
Well, we got crypto coming online now, so it's a game changer.
They got oil and gas, and they take
food crops. Yeah, they got everything. They got all that.
But I'm saying, whoever says, "Oh, I'm so hungry tonight, I want to go get some Russian food," I never heard that.
Not me, because I've had it.
And listen, no disrespect. I don't listen. I love everybody, but I'm just saying.
It's kind of a meat and potatoes type of cuisine. They love borscht, which is beets. They love stuff like that.
They said that too. They were saying that about Putin, why he's so they said he trains. Does he do judo or something?
He's a black belt. Yeah, he's a very high-ranking black belt.
Shirt off. I jump in freeze cold water. They jumped in this water, freezing cold. I'm like, man, that's crazy.
They jump and they hit themselves with that herb, and then they go in the sauna and they spits.
I don't blame him I don't like the guy, but I don't blame him for trying to take back what he feels is his. I mean, if you put him in a position to do that, why you want to hate on him, right or wrong? I mean,
as much as you think about it, he's just pro-Russia because he's Russian. I'm pro-America because I'm American. If I was him and I was, trust me, if I ran the United States like a fucking, like that, I would do the same shit. Me, I'm 100% for the best interest of the United States. If I'm the president and we need gas, and let's say we didn't have any, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to go take someone's gas because we need it. That's why I'm going to take it.
Well, I think it's funny though, just because if you look at like history and you look at the status of this country, like even like you said, John F. Kennedy, even up till then, it was like, it was almost, I'm not saying they were conservative like Republican, but there was still that country first spirit. Like we supported our military, man. Like we all stuck together. I still think that we still come together, but not like we have to do more together to.
The last president that served in the military was George Bush's father. I mean, George W. Bush was in the National Guard, but prior to him, you had most of the commander in chiefs came out of the military. President Carter was a Navy submarine officer. So they all had a respect because most of them had served.
That guy couldn't catch a break, though, man. They were rough on Carter, man.
No, he couldn't catch a break either, but he was he wasn't a very aggressive man.
No.
The
thing is, that's what I think that Trump, and that's what I try to tell people, man. It's like, you don't have to like all this, but when you're dealing with our country and what we're facing as a whole country now, and what the opposition, everybody wants to be us, man, because they don't understand how we're still standing, because we take care of everybody, man. Like, I'm so sick of hearing people saying, even the Vietnam, that pissed me off, the videos of seeing our soldiers coming back getting spit on. Like, to me, it's like, if you don't like this country, you live here, then leave, if that's how you feel.
Free country, you leave. That's what I say.
Now, the thing is, what people don't realize is
stay and make it fucking better. That's the way
in other countries, the way they talk about Trump and they say shit, you can't do that in other countries, man. Only here can you speak your mind and not be locked up and thrown away. And I just would like to see more people get together and realize that to be honest, everybody else wants to be us. Like, we don't have to always agree, but we should all just realize that we have to stick together, man. It's like a family. Nobody doesn't always agree with everything, but what's right is right. These guys, China wants to be number one, and they're back in Russia. I can just tell, man. I watched the drills they were running over in Iran, China, and Russia.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know. I mean, I think people are scared, though, because they hear the nuclear shit, but, I don't know. Yeah, we do. We need to get back to ourselves, man.
Yeah, charity begins at home, though, man. You gotta begin the charity at home, and then you can help other people. We've outstretched ourselves. We need to help ourselves now, because we are going to implode. That's where we're at.
I think we almost probably $2 trillion to China.
We're never going to pay them back. Trust me.
What do we have? Like 20-some trillion deficit, 22 trillion?
I don't even know why they bother saying it anymore. It's never going to get paid back. Like,
no,
what?
We're not paying nobody. We're just
what the fuck? We ain't paying them back.
Have you been in contact? Any of your friends still over there? I don't know if you want to talk about.
I actually have a person. It's a friend of mine that her family's from the Ukraine right now, and they're fleeing. So I heard it's they're bombing and they're fucking rocking and rolling, and they're taking over towns, man.
Yeah, Richard says, hasn't China got a couple hundred subs with warhead missiles ready to go?
Sure they do, of course.
They have a big Navy too now, right?
Well, they got a good-sized Navy. Yeah, they're building it up. They've been putting a lot of money in their Navy in recent years. That's for damn sure.
I thought Japan was number 4 in size. Not now for Navy?
No, Japan can't have a military. They have a Navy.
Wait, who's number 4? I was reading it.
I don't know.
They don't have a Navy at all anymore?
No, Japan has a self-defense force. It's a Coast Guard. They're not allowed to have an army after World War II.
Oh, that's what it is. Yeah, they got the Coast Guard.
Maritime Defense Force, they're called. But basically, they're Coast Guard, and they defend against North Korea.
And the funny thing is, look, because it's funny that he just said that. Look, he's saying many are going to public and probably other bordering countries. Exactly, America. Hear this. Our border here in America is running wild, and we're protecting other borders. So all these people that say, the border, you're so harsh. Yeah, but now we're over there controlling somebody else's border, telling them what to do.
Mm-hmm.
China will take Japan, Taiwan first, right? They're going.
China will take Taiwan first because they truly believe it's theirs. It's originally theirs, and they're going to take it.
Now, I don't even know how we fight that war,
if they
man.
go to take Japan, that means that we'll get in. That means they have to take us on too, because we'll get in on that.
Yeah, we'll get in on that. But yeah. I always wondered, China, man. I think there's something different in the air this time. I think all these guys like China, Russia, Iran, I think now's the time they see a weak guy.
Yeah, they do.
I think that they're going to make some serious moves, man. And I think that America better work the hell out. Tony Mack, what's up, brother? Thanks for stopping in. Yeah, this is the Sailor and Squiggles show, man. We talk about it. This is, if you don't know, this is the veteran right here. 20 year, 20, how many Navy, 20-year Navy veteran?
20 years, yeah.
20-year. But we're just trying to, Rob's he's the intellect on this.
No.
You are very smart. So Kelton brings some kind of relax
I'm
to
a
the
dumb corrections officer, man. That's all I am.
Yeah, this is what China wants, man. China wants us to. They are. I think it's exactly right. They're going to sit back and say, "Yeah, let them handle that." You know what?
Yeah.
Okay. And at the right time,
Yeah. They don't care. China doesn't have
Germany. You think they're going to come with us?
All China does is just build their military in their country. They don't care. They don't get involved in these foreign wars. They just drill, train, build their military.
What do you think about as far as them with their? Look, I mean, when you see the NBA, they have 1 million Muslims in concentration camps and Christians, and the NBA supports China like they're super.
Oh yeah, they love them. I know.
Like that, man.
They have no fucking idea. And then if you even go on air and say Taiwan's its own independent country, they want to shut you down. Taiwan is an independent country. However, China believes that they own it, that it's theirs, and they're going to get it back.
And what I think is so important that everybody needs to understand and realize, it's not that we're trying to fucking control everything. It's the fact that if we don't protect these people, these guys are going to run, and they want world domination, man. That's what I think that President Xi, I think he wants domination, man. I don't think he gets there. But
I'm getting a drink. Go ahead.
Into your business. I think that he wants to take over everything. I think he feels he's entitled. And to be honest, people like Biden, they put him on the stage for 20 years, man. Trump wasn't there for 20 years building him up, right?
Well, Biden was in the Senate for freaking 40 years.
Yeah, I know, right? I just think it's crazy, man. I just want to see our country start respecting each other, and realizing that, if this thing would ever blow up or go, man, which it could happen. I mean, I hope nothing would, but if it does, like, we all got to stick together, man. We have to realize that
I'm here. We're going to be sitting back and watching the next couple days and seeing how this thing's going to unfold.
Yeah, and what we're going to do, everybody in here watching, we're going to keep coming back. We do our regular show on Sunday nights, usually at 8 o'clock, but we're going to come on here as long as Rob's not busy. We have the time. We'll keep updates and just let you know what we feel, our opinion, and from the veteran himself, you're in Iraq too, right?
Iraq, 2 tours, yeah. Mm-hmm.
2 tours.
In Iraq, yeah.
Here we go. Richard says the elite should be held accountable for what's happening, man.
I agree. I
said. Where is the guy? Where's the justice?
And when we're talking about elites, I'm talking about Prince Andrew, that pedophile that had sex with that 14, 15-year-old girl and just settled his lawsuit with her. Those are the elites. These are the people that are technically supposed to be our betters. These are our betters of us, the smart and the people. Well, look how smart they are. Look how fucked up this country. They fucked this country up. All they want one world government. They're globalist. I don't want a globalist. I want a guy who's up there and says, I'm a nationalist. I want my country to be number one. I want the United States to be the biggest world power. I want us to be the baddest guy on the block forever. That's the kind of guy I want running my country.
When did that start, Rob? When did that really start being not the cool thing? Like, when was it that
Clinton, Bush and Clinton, the father.
Clinton started that?
Bush's father started it with NAFTA.
Oh, yeah. He started that right before Clinton, and
Clinton closed the deal. Yeah, he started it, negotiated. Clinton closed the deal. Yes, with NAFTA, and that was a disaster. That was the first blow. That was the first blow right to our heart in America. Destroyed the middle class. It was the first blow.
Send jobs over there. They were like, "Oh yeah, it created so many jobs." I said, "Yeah, in other countries, not here."
In other countries. They said service industry. They said we're going to create service industry jobs. So in other words, they said, we'll trade the jobs with the pensions and the medical benefits. We'll trade that for waitresses and busboys and bartender job wages. That's what they did.
Yeah, and it sucks too, because it seems like once that started going, it was either like, oh, you have to go to college. Like, the trade jobs were no good anymore. It's like, I know guys making 150 grand in a year right now, man.
No, if you went to a trade school, you are a loser. If you went in the military, you are a loser. When I told, what are your plans, Rob, after high school? I'm going to go in the military. Huh? Everyone, why? I'm like, why? I don't want to go to college. I'm not really, I don't want to sit down in class. I want to see the world. And they're like, yeah, to me, it was like a down step. It was like, wow, somebody else becomes a welder. Wow, what an idiot. Yeah, too bad he became a welder. Oh, did you meet a nice young man? Yeah, what does he do? He's a welder. Oh, God, like the mother.
God. Yeah. He makes 120 grand a year, but he's a welder? Oh, no, you got to dump him. Now, you better go get that guy that just started Enterprise Rent-A-Car that they require a four-year degree for a bachelor's, and he makes $32,000 a year. That's the guy I want you with. Get out of here. Like, they started at Enterprise Rent-A-Car. You need got at least 4-year degree. Them guys, they don't make anything, man. Yeah, college
I just got a text that I just got a live report that there was a enemy attacked a border guard unit in Zaporizhzhia, whatever that is. So in other words, the Russians attacked the border guard unit in Ukraine.
And this guy, who is this? Oh, Lucas Tomlinson. He's sitting right in freaking Kiev, right in Lviv. Oh, no, he's in Lviv.
And hey, listen, and I'm not CNN with no fake news. This person is there that's telling me this.
Wow.
Oh, WhatsApp. So.
That's crazy, man. Who's this? Let's see. Rent-A-Car will be paying for that tuition back. Mr. Rent-A-Car will be paying for that. Yeah, right?
Why does having a college degree all of a sudden – see, what they did is they created an underclass. Like, in other words, the college degree people and the non-college degree people. Like, we're second class. Like,
yeah, okay. Man. Like, I believe it or not, I did, man. When I got in trouble and I was on parole and probation, I went to college for like 2 years. And then, some things personally, I had to step up and be a full-time dad myself. So I had to let that go. But I kind of like college. I studied psychology and sociology.
There's nothing wrong with that if you like it. But what I'm saying is when you tell people, stop making it mandatory. Like, why do you need a bachelor's degree to fucking run a rent-a-car? I know people that could sell fucking popsicles to Eskimos, bro. They don't need no fucking college degree to sell shit.
That's like some of the guys on here, my friend Barry and Deb. Yeah, my cousin too, man. He's got a lot of debt. I know guys on here, man, that I don't understand, man. I see guys that seem like they just rolled into success and making a ton of money, guys that never – and I don't hate. I wish everybody the best, but you need to have some kind of wit. And I really think, to be honest, I mean, I'm all for school and stuff for the kids, but I think, like, experience is the best degree, right? I mean, you have to experience real life.
Unless you want to be a doctor or an engineer or like a nurse or a lawyer, other than that, you don't need to go to college. I would encourage entrepreneurship, read books about business, being an entrepreneur, start yourself 4 or 5 different businesses on the internet and be your own man or your own woman. Or you could do what I did, go in the military, travel the world.
Honest, man. Like even my dad.
Hey, meet some beautiful women that you under normal circumstances would have never met. Okay.
Go in the Coast Guard, man. You'll have a blast. You'll be stationed on a beach. And I was just like, nah, man. But you know what? Now I see that
because you know what, Mike? You had what I used to call the Philly mentality. Why would I go do that when I got this great corner I can hang out on? Look, I got this great corner right here. Why would I trade this corner for that?
You're not lying. You're not lying at all.
That's why I got the fuck out of there.
You're not lying, man. You know why? Because when you're you feel like that this is the be all end all. Like this is where it's all at, man. It's
I know. You have no idea. You've not even scratched the surface of this world.
When I was 14 and I went to Italy and I went with my mom and all, it was cool and all, but I was still like, by the time I got back and I was just doing what I was doing, man, I was just like, and then I was like, by 19, I broke my leg and I was like, man, you know what? I messed up. I really should have went. But you know what? It is what it is. It's going to be what it's going to be. But
exactly. You can't.
Yeah, we don't have any regrets. I do want to see this country as a whole get back to – I'd like to see everybody supporting each other, man. Like, I really would.
Military ain't the only way to serve your country. You could serve your country in so many different ways. I mean, There's not. I mean, I was talking to a guy the other day, and he's my friend, but he's a doctor, and he's a doctor. Believe it or not, he's a gynecologist, right?
Oh man, sucks for him, right?
I make fun of him all fucking day. Like when he has a comment about vaccines, I'm like, shut up, you're a pussy doctor. What do you know? Like I fuck with him, right? So, but no, he says, you know what, man? I really wished I would have went into the mill. I said, yeah, you'd have had it great. They'd have paid your whole fucking college tuition because you were smart, school. And I said, he keeps telling me, I'm like, well, why don't you go volunteer at the VA? They let doctors, like if you're a doctor and you don't want to work there, but you want to volunteer days off, they'll pay you $1 for a doctor to come in. And then you see military veterans and patients. You'll see women, you'll see them, you'll fill in for doctors, and that's serving. And he's like, that's a good idea. I'm like, go do it. The VA needs doctors and nurses. You can volunteer.
A good friend of mine was a nurse at the VA, man. And you know what? She loved it. And she wasn't really like at the time, this was years ago, like I think it was around 08, 09, 10. So the economy wasn't all that great, but she really like loved doing what she did. And to be honest, like that's a whole nother show. I would love to do a show one day just on the VA because I've seen statistics. I don't know as much as you do, but I know my father was going there, what they didn't do for him. I mean, they really, I was no disrespect.
I hear you.
They were horrible. Half of the reason why he's in this situation is because of what they didn't do. I mean, it seemed like they just didn't care, They just give you the minimal and then send you home with a bag full of pills.
Well, maybe if all our money wasn't tied up in these wars, we would have that money there to make sure that doctor or nurse took care of your father properly.
And that's the whole thing. Like, when does anybody ever see that aspect of it? When do people see how much money we spend, how much money we lose? Like, we're not going to be able to keep bouncing back, man. Like, sooner or later, like it's going to get seriously real. I think it's going to get real this time. I really believe, more than me, you're the expert, but I feel like China's getting ready to do something. I don't know why or what.
I'm an expert on weed.
Yeah.
Look.
Yeah, right. No, but I think they would try to do something, man. I really do. I think
it could be an opportune time for them. I think they're going to sit and watch and see what Biden's reaction is, and depending on his reaction, is going to determine what they're going to do. I mean, if Biden looks like a complete punk, they might just walk into Taiwan tomorrow. They're going to be like, "All right, Biden, how you going to handle this? Now you got a fucking stove with fucking fire going. What are you going to do, motherfucker? You're going to you can't yell racism. You can't yell climate control, white supremacy. All that shit's gone. Okay? These people you can't fucking defame.
And you understand? I really just thought somebody would shake them and say, listen, man,
who, Kamala? She can't even get a coherent sentence. She can't even speak.
I like the mask covering her face, so I don't have to hear that laugh.
Yeah, they're still wearing masks. These are our leaders. These are our betters. They're still wearing masks, these idiots.
Look, Tony Mack says the same thing. He says Biden looked like a punk with Afghanistan.
Completely.
And for everybody, Yankees, you asked me a question. We didn't win any games, but tonight we played a team. I had 5 kids. My son was one of them, and we played the best game. We only lost by 3 points. The biggest score and the best game we ever played. They played their hearts out. No breaks, 5 kids. Running that game straight.
How old's your son?
15.
All right. In 3 years, I'm going to get your son in the United States Navy.
Talk to him, bro. I told him, man.
I'm not. I got a bulldog recruiter. I'm going to put him right on his ass.
Listen, to be honest, I think he could do it. I really do. I think that if, to be honest, I wish that there was more of that. I think the draft, there was almost kind of like the accountability holder. Like it made people realize that.
How you going to listen? Are you breaking down current events?
No, I said we're doing great, brother.
We're trying to.
We're gonna. The next one we have to talk about the VA one day, man. Whenever we're gonna fix that up.
Well, we got to fix that up, but first we got to get out of these wars. Yeah, I got hoodie. Did you see mine? Mine's on there too.
Yeah, I like the green one too. on
I
Mob
have
Swag.
the site.
He's got
Yeah,
everything up there, right?
on the site. Put it on the thing. You know how to put it on the put our little thing.
What is it? Mob
Oh wait. Let me see
Mob
where it is.
Swag underscore or something, right?
Let's see. Hold on.
If you have it, I'll put it on. Yeah,
Mm,
Heather, I had that from that phone call you gave me. You gave me some good luck.
hold on 1 second.
Thank you. I forget the name of it.
I have it on a text. Hold on.
I texted him, invite him, see if he wanted to pop in, but I didn't hear back from him.
I want them to come in too. I love Stevie.
Yeah, let me call him real quick while we're on here real quick. Let me break his stones.
Let me see if I can put it on.
Some of these people in here refreshed because majority of the people on here is all drama. We're bringing some kind of content, man. But next time we got to run the.
Hey, are you on the private chat? Are you on the private chat? I just sent something to you.
Let me see.
Here, I'm putting a thing out now. Let me see. I don't think I could post it on there. I think I.
Oh, he went out on me. Hold on 1 second, guys. I'll be right. Yeah, the Yankees. I don't even know who that dude was, man. But I ride with you, so let me see. Got him, Yankees. Yeah, I don't want to hear none of that either here. Yeah, Richard, I got my regular webpage on murderclothing.com, and the Stone Sour is on. I think it's. Hold on, here it comes. Did you find it?
Yeah, I sent. Did you get it in the private chat? Is the private chat going to you?
No, I don't even know. Let me see.
Oh Jesus! I just
I'm
sent
like
it to
you.
you.
Listen, I'm like you with this shit,
I
bro.
know, brother.
Yeah, I don't see it.
Hold on. What if I text it to you on your phone?
Yeah, text it to me, and then I'll put it up.
All right, hold on. There you go. It's right on your text, right there. I'll send it to you right now. There we go.
There we go. I think I can do it this way.
We're just two entrepreneurs trying to make a little money.
We're going to make it. I got to talk to you after this.
Yeah, I sold a sweater today. I couldn't believe it.
I talked to my lawyer today too.
I was so happy. I sold a sweater. Somebody out there someone up there likes me.
God does. I think I can. I see what I did wrong. All right. Yeah, because I know his thing was a little bit messed up too.
Who's saying?
All right, let me give me 1 second. I'm gonna try something real quick.
Ah, there you go. You got it. You got it. You got it.
Everybody, if you want to look, go on to
anything. Buy a coffee cup, a coffee mug for your loved one. Anything. I appreciate it. That emblem that's truly my creation. This trademark here. I trademarked it. It's my creation. I dreamt this when I was paralyzed, and cannabis saved my life. This is exactly what I dreamt. It was the Navy, me, and being a stone sailor now. You know what I mean? And this is what I dreamt. And I found an artist that literally was so talented. It was like he hardwired into my brain and pulled it out.
I really just, that's seriously, all joking aside, like, I like the thought when I came up with this emergent thing, was like, that is an unbelievable, like, that's you, bro, to the T. Like, that's something, especially, I tell you, I love it on the white, but I love it on the green hoodie too, man.
Yeah, that's nice on the green. I know.
Yeah, man. I got to get one of them.
Yeah, man. Hey, and you know what? It was like the artist that did it. I mean, literally, the first draft he came back with, it was 90% like this. The second one, it was like 98%. And the third one, that was it. I was like, dude, you got it. And that was it.
Do you have a hat like that too, or not? Like the old Navy?
Yeah, of course.
You have one with the leaf on it?
Yeah.
Yes. I never knew that. Yeah. Did you have that made, or you bought that? That's badass.
Well, the hat is originally mine, but I had to. I bought this and put it on there. They don't give you this one in the Navy.
That's badass, though, man. Yeah, that's awesome, brother. That just, I always wondered. I was like, I wonder if he, if he just put that on. That's pretty cool, man.
That's my hat.
That's what's up, man. Oh, look, China's refusing to call this an invasion.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's semantics.
Gordon Chang, he's always like the I guess he's the conciliary on China. Did you ever see him, Gordon Chang?
Yeah, he was what do you call it? He was was he the secretary or something? Gordon Chang? He was something. He had
Michael Pillsbury. I just see like they got a picture of Putin and
just the fucking name Pillsbury, I can't take him seriously. Just the name. I can't.
Well, here's a South Philly guy right here. He's always
I know. What's up? The hillbilly.
I'm always busy though when he hits me up, but he's a solid dude, man. He's funny as shit. Yo, shout out to the South Philly hillbilly, man. Hope everything's going good.
There was a guy that I remember. There was a guy in the neighborhood that joined the Air Force, and I remember his name. I don't want to say his name. He's probably still alive, but this was when I was a kid. He joined the Air Force, and he came back like 2 years later, and he was wearing cowboy boots and a fucking hat, and he was trying to walk around the city, because like he got in the Air Force and he got stationed in Texas, and now all of a sudden he thought he was a fucking cowboy. So he comes home on leave, and he's wearing jeans and boots and a fucking cowboy 10-gallon hat and a fucking all this crazy shit, and he's walking down Passyunk Avenue, whatever. They almost beat his ass. They laughed him out so much. Don't ever come back dressed like that.
Yeah, right. So one more question. So if you're over there right now, you're sitting on the sideline, you're with your soldiers, your friends, and everything, and what is the main thing? Like, I mean, obviously, you guys know more than us. There's a lot you guys can't tell, but what do you think the mindset is? What do you think that the frame is? Do you think? I mean, not even about the politicians. These guys, I mean, they're ready to go. You think they're pissed off? You think
politicians? I mean, at this point in time, what you're doing is, if you're a supervisor like me, you're going over what we call the pre-planned responses. In other words, you're training. If they do this, we're going to do this. If they do that, we're going to do this. So I'm training my people, making sure that they know how to react efficiently and correctly if these things happen. I'm programming it in them, and I'm getting these policies from my higher ups. Her telling me as an enlisted leader, train your men on these pre-planned responses. So that's what.
So it's pretty much like, I mean, right now is preparation. I mean, isn't that what they do all the time?
Preparation, training, and drill. That's it. That's all you're doing, but you're at a heightened alert level now because our posture has changed, because now there's an active war going on, and at that time, the President of the United States, the Commander-in-Chief, would put the armed forces on alert. So that's what you're doing. You're going over stuff about Russia. You're learning about the relationship between the Ukraine and Russia. You're learning about what their point of view is, what the other side's point of view is, and what the United States' point of view is. And whatever the United States says is gospel.
That's where you go.
And that's it.
I'm just glad, man. I never want to feel that, you know, like I know a lot of people, man, people get worried. And I'm just like, listen, you know, just take a deep breath, you know. But the one thing I've always talked, and I will say this, all the vets I see, man, they still say we're the strongest, or they say that.
Yeah, listen, it doesn't. We are right now, today, we are the strongest. Yes.
Does
but
OSHA, he asked if, I'm sorry, does OSHA stop you from talking about certain stuff? OSA?
Oh, the Office of, no, there's some things, like I'm not active anymore. Okay, but there's some things that I had to sign non-disclosure agreements for. And there's certain operations that I did sign those for. Other than those things, I'll talk about anything. The non-disclosure agreement, I think lasts, like, believe it or not, there was one, it was like 76 years I had to sign, which means I can never say anything. It was just it was an operation that I was involved in where remember, I was a canine handler. So I used to get pimped out a lot. Basically, they would say, the vice president's coming to take a shit at the hotel in Tokyo. Go sweep the whole hotel. And I'd have to go with the Secret Service and let my dog sweep the whole hotel all the way to the fucking toilet seat so Dick Cheney could sit his fat ass on it and go, ugh! Okay? Know, right? So in order for me to do that, they had to, like, there were things that I saw that I, under normal circumstances, wouldn't have seen because I held a dog. So there were things that, you know, if you're working with the Secret Service, you're working with them, there's the secret little, you know, the CIA guys. So they would be like, I'm just a dog handler, bro. I'm holding the leash. The dog can't talk. They're not worried about the dog. It's me. So they're like, whatever you see in here, you never see. Okay. So
since you brought it up, I'm going to ask you this question. Is that true? They say that North Korea, Kim Jong-un, he brings his own toilet. He's so worried about people getting his DNA.
So does the president of the United States, of course. Yes. Yes.
You know.
Yes, of course. Anytime the United States president goes anywhere, the Secret Service, they bring a porta potty for him. He is not to urinate or defecate in a foreign toilet, because they will save his DNA. They'll find out what medications he's on. They'll find out if he's sick, if he has cancer. It's too much. So yes, they protect the stool. This is a new age with DNA and stuff.
That's fucking bananas, man. You know? Damn.
Yeah, they do.
What do you got going on tonight? Just relaxing, man?
Smoke another one and relax. And
yo, you know, I do that outside. So a funny story, because my son's in the other room. He knows that I smoke. I have the car, but I just
listen, if he doesn't know that you smoke, I would definitely not hire him for intelligence. You can't put him in secret intelligence. If he doesn't know that you smoke, then I'm not going to recommend him for any secret, like, intelligence jobs. He's going to be a mechanic.
I know,
all right?
Because
Ray Charles can see that you smoke.
It's funny though, because you can see that outside I had my thing covered up. I was moving some stuff out of my truck and I had the bong on the side. I had it covered up, and he was like, I seen that. I'm like, what'd you see? He was like, whatever that device is. He's like, you might want to grab that. I said, this motherfucker. But the first time he didn't see me till a year ago, man. I was at my buddy's wedding. I was outside. I was just going, and he's looking at me. I'm like, motherfucker. I said, damn.
Yeah, I see.
I had to talk with him. I'm like, look, you're everything I'm not, man. You're a great athlete. Well, I was good at that, but school, he's second honors, like musician. I said, bro, when you get older, if you want to, you know, anything with that, but not right now, like a little bit older, you could, you know.
So, Mike, let me ask you a question. Do you feel that way when he sees you drink alcohol, pop a beer out of the refrigerator? Do you still feel it? No, but if you did drink, would you have to give him a speech if you pop the beer out of the refrigerator?
No, and I think that's what's so wrong, because that sucks.
No, what it is you were brainwashed into thinking that the marijuana was worse than the alcohol. Bro, you were brainwashed to thinking that he'll smoke marijuana and that means his whole life is now going to be garbage. He's going to smoke today and tomorrow he's going to be like this. Look, give it to me. That's not true, Michael.
Probably about 20 years ago. Matter of fact, I quit Oxycontin February
See,
13.
and that's something he can get from a doctor. The first drug you ever try is what? You think marijuana is a gateway drug?
Pill.
What's the first drug you ever tried when you were a kid?
Probably I tried a cigarette one time, never liked it.
Alcohol or tobacco? Dad lets you sip a beer. Dad lets you take a sip of the beer. Then you smoke out tobacco. Marijuana is usually third or fourth. Okay, so therefore, by definition, it cannot be a gateway drug.
No, and that's what I hate that they always say, that gateway.
It's not. By definition, it's not a gateway drug. It's number 3, number 4.
So now, is it recreational in Florida or no?
No, it's medical. I have to pay $200 every 6 months, and the VA does not.
How much you need to register in Philly? Over here, it's only $125 a year.
Yeah, well, I'm not living in Philly. I like it right here. I like it right here, bro.
I can't wait to come out there, man. I really can. I can't wait to just get out, man. Come see my boy. Go get some food, man.
I
don't think this is the real Gianni Russo, but salute.
Oh, Gianni Russo. Who's that?
That was the guy. The real one was the guy that played in The Godfather. Remember?
The guy that got smacked around?
Yeah, that was Gianni.
That was his part. Yeah, that's the only movie. Was he ever in any other movies? I don't recall.
No, but he's all over the internet. I watch him on Vlad. He's always
sounds like a nice guy. I never met him. I don't know, but I remember the actor. But I don't remember him being an actual wise guy. Was he a real wise guy?
No, but it's weird on here how people can adopt certain names. Like I'm
like whatever you want to be on the internet, Mike. You could be a he, a she, a what, an it. You could be whatever. You could be.
South Philly Hillbilly says Little Sambuca. He's not lying with that.
Exactly, Little Sambuca, or a limoncello,
And in the hood, little guy from me on the Lee Cole show. Who the hell is that? I don't know who that is. Salute. I don't know who that is. Whatever. Anyway, so Sambuca and the other one in the hood, though, there was one called Rock and Rye. I don't know if you ever heard about that.
No.
Yeah, that was a nasty freaking.
Sounds like some rat gut shit.
Yeah, it's nasty shit, man. Nasty shit.
But, stuff that actually physically kills your body, unlike cannabis.
Yeah, I know. And it's crazy, too, because like I said, I always go back to that car door. I don't know. These guys, it's funny. Yankees, that's not the real Gianni, right? Yankees is great, man.
We don't stop promoting Lee Cole's show on our show. We don't know who the fuck Lee Cole is.
Man. Yeah, Lee Cole can do his thing.
Look, Lee Cole can do his thing.
South Philly Hillbilly, he says, or wine, they would say, yeah. You know what else they would do with the wine?
Well, who else gives you wine? What's the first drug you were ever introduced to? If you're Catholic, who else gives you wine first?
Oh, yeah.
The church. That's your gate. That's your gateway drug right there.
And you know what's crazy? The shit that they used to have out in Prohibition, the liquor would kill somebody in a heartbeat.
Oh, bathtub gin?
Yeah. Not promoting. I thought you guys were cool. Listen, man,
we are cool. It's all right to promote. I'm just saying we have our own show.
Look. It's not the real Gianni. I know.
Why don't you come on our show, Rusi?
Yeah, why? Rusi.
What's his name? Rusi?
Russo.
Yeah. Mr. LaRusso.
Listen, you know, what it is, and I'm not even going to give you no place. I won't say names, but what it is, you know, when I first came on here and started watching this shit, you know, I used to do a lot of other stuff. Harley, I used to follow the Harley guys. Then I started seeing some of the mob stuff, and I was like, all right. And there's just so much drama with all them guys. I just don't want none of it, man. Stay over there with that bullshit. You know, I just put a video out today telling these guys how much that to show them how that it's so bad, like as far as how bad it is with like people lying and on here how
5?
No, here we go. No,
if I had 5K, I wouldn't give it to you, bro. Sorry.
He said, look, I did Vlad for 10K. I'll do 5K since you're a friend. First off, I have nothing against Lee Cole, but I'm not a friend of his. Number one. Number two, see, this is the shit I don't like. Like, we're trying to have a serious show and talk about it.
He said, I did Vlad. That's like, what did you do to him? You got done by him for 10 grand?
Vlad is the guy who does all the shows. He's a big interviewer on YouTube, and
Oh.
He does million episodes. Like what's the name was on there? The Ramundi was on there. He had a lot.
Forget it then. Forget it. He has no credit.
Like,
forget it. Ramundi. He let Ramundi on there, and he didn't fucking. He
was crazy though, because you were so freaking right about that, dude. I've been researching, man, and some of the beginning, like if you just hear, look, I'm this guy. This is my name. This is where I'm from. I was in the military. That's all he should ever say. Everything else.
Wasn't.
No, I know, but he was in the military, but not where he says he was. And to
Really?
be honest,
Really?
I don't know how to research the rest of that because I'm not privy to certain things that you are. And as an investigator,
let me tell you something. First of all, I don't even.
You're under the rocks. You're like
that might not even be his real name, to tell you the truth.
Well, yeah,
I've come to believe something else. I don't even think that's his real name. But you know what? I'm just waiting for him to accept the challenge, and I'm going to completely expose him for the fraud that he is. Yeah, and I'm exposing him for the phony veteran stories. That's what I'm exposing him for. He said he had 300 kills. He never listened to me. If he is sick, how come he won't produce a VA card?
I'm with you.
He could shut me up right now. I'll take a picture of my VA card and he could shut me up right now. This can end.
I just think it's disgusting that people lie like that, man. Like to what? Sell a fucking book? You know, to get some fame for what? I could never be that guy, man.
Here's my retirement ID card. It says indefinite. Indefinite. That means forever. Indefinite. Okay. Here's my VA card. Okay. Service connected, disabled. Okay. Veteran. So why don't he just do what I just did? That's it. All he has to do is produce a VA card. That's it. Okay.
The thing is this, though, this is the only thing I will say, and why that I do believe you more than him. And it's not even that I have all the information. Plus, I love you, but not that, because let me break this down to common sense. Any real street guy who was in that life around them real people, there's still a lot of guys around from that era that are old timers doing time. They would never let you talk the way you're talking. You could never be able to talk the way he talks in the stories. Like, it just doesn't make sense. None of it, man. But whatever. Hey, that's what people want to do. That's what sells fake shit. We'll never be that here. We'll always be straight up, straight honest, and give it to you the right way, man. But, you know, I don't like that fake shit. I think it's a disgrace to all the people that do it. And shout out to your guy. Who's the guy that steals the Valor? What's his name? Stolen Valor guy?
Oh, you mean Senior Chief Don Shipley. I want you to take a look at. I just sent you some pictures, and I'm saying he can't even. It's crazy. I mean, why? You know, I could prove everything I've ever said. He could prove nothing. He could prove nothing, and I'm tired of this guy running around claiming that he's a veteran, and he's not, or saying that he was in Vietnam or.
That's awesome, man. That's you, right? Look at that shit. Yeah, I don't understand. Look, this is the best. I like that. That's a good one, Rob. You never showed me that. Look at Rob over there with the kids. Look at the Stone Sailor helping the kid. Where was that country? Was that Iraq? What country was that in? I don't know if I lost him for a minute. I think he cut out for a minute. Wow, look at this.
Put him on the thing. Can you put him in the chat?
I don't know. I don't think you can. Look at that. I'll show them, man. Fuck this shit. I'll hold him for a minute.
See, I have a dog there. See that dog?
It's the least I can do for all the fucking shit you did for us, man. I mean, shit.
This guy he's saying he's a veteran. Prove it.
Look at you with Geraldo.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, he doesn't have things. He doesn't.
Ramondi, come up here and battle him, Ramondi. Let's do this. Look at that, man.
Here.
Yeah, yo, Turbird said thank you for your service.
Tell him it was my pleasure. It was my honor and my pleasure.
Every sailor says that shit. Every guy in the military. This the one, you know, as a coach. This the one I like the best. I mean, just for me to you, I think that I've never seen guys over there. I'm sure you've seen, but I've never seen. Like, that's unbelievable, man. to me, that warms my heart just because I have an affection for the kids. You know what I mean? I like to, I like to protect them, man. I never like to see a kid. That's pretty awesome, man.
There's another one in there. If you look, I got
them in here.
Yeah, you know who that guy is? I'm taking a picture with. You know who that guy is?
Yeah, the old governor of Florida.
Yeah,
Scott,
he was the governor. Yeah. He gave me an award. See that?
I like that hat you got on. Is that a veteran hat?
Yeah, it says Iraq veteran. That's what it was. It was a veterans award he gave.
That's fucking great, man. I like this one too, man. This is like, is this some significance with the all the patches? Is that where we at for that?
I was on my way. I was getting ready to go right into Baghdad and get my unit and go into combat. So I took a picture of myself, me and another guy. I cut the picture.
At that point, though, you didn't know what was coming next, right? You didn't
know what was coming at me. I was scared shitless.
Thank God you're here, brother. God's good. Yeah, this one too, man. Right in front of the tank, man. Like, that's like, it's just crazy to me, man. It's like, because we're fucking idiots. We played that stupid Philly shit. We should have been over there. We should have been over there fighting, man, and taking part in that fight. But look at that, man. That's like, did you ever try to drive a tank? Is that really that hard?
There's the guys who drive those tanks go to school. It's not like anybody can drive them fucking things.
Herbert, that's my favorite one too, man. I love this. This just says something about this guy, man. That just shows right there what the difference between some and others is, It's fucking great, man.
That's why that's why when this guy says he's a vet and he's lying, that's why I gotta call him. I gotta call him. Because too many people, too many men, too many women that are better than he'll ever be in his entire life have died. And when you say that, you disgrace them, and I'm not going to let you do it. You lying bastard, Ramadi.
And I would tell most of the people too that they should definitely start wising up and do your homework, because like I said today, man, I'm even saying for myself, you don't know who the hell you're dealing with on here. We don't know these people, man. Anybody could, like you said, what is it? You said anybody could be anybody on here.
Yeah. Don't worry. Hey, Downings, I'm working on that right now, my man. Don't worry. I'm working on that in America. Trust me. That's going to be my mission. I'm decriminalizing marijuana nationwide. What?
My friend just died recently, but he went to jail, man. He got caught with like 20 pounds, but he did like 3 years, man. They put him in like a violent offender jail. He didn't know.
They'll throw you to the wolves, man. They'll treat you because they can get, honestly, under the drug kingpin law, they can give you death for marijuana. They can. They can. They don't, but they can. That's the point.
And it's funny too, because if you look, I think the first state to legalize all the way around was Denver, Colorado, right? They secured money for probably about the first 75 years, free lunch, free breakfast for all the kids, off taxation. So I don't see the big hype with it, man. I don't understand. I'm with you with it.
You know what? We have a majority of this country. We have leaders that are way past their prime, people that are in their 70s and 80s, and they shouldn't be. They can't even figure out how to use their phones. They shouldn't even be driving at night. We know this, but they're running the country, and we have to stop voting for them. The baby boomers, in my opinion, were the worst generation. The best generation were their parents. They produced an entitled group of just crybabies that want to have everything. I want my Social Security. I want all the money, and I'm going to stay here, and I'm going to, like Nancy Pelosi, and I'm going to stay here, even though I'm fucking senile, and I can't even figure out my phone, but I'm going to pass legislation, and I'm going to, for the next 20 years, when this country's going to be going through so much digitalization, they don't have the brain power to wrap their head around that. When a lot of these folks were born, some places in America didn't even have indoor plumbing. You understand? And these people are running the country, and they need to be sent to the retirement home, which is now Washington, D.C. That's the fucking retirement home for politicians. They run the country.
So look, as soon as you mention Ramundi, this is what we get. that you should address your good friend Stacks for running over the Dakota streets. Shouldn't you ask Stacks why he allows lie? Hey, listen, I'll tell you right now. Let me answer that. All I know is one thing. Until the night that the Stone Sour met Raimondi, it is what it is. But after that night, everything changed because finally had a guy with some clarity to bring some things. Stacks is an interviewer, man. He's never the guy. Like in his world, he's doing what he has to do, man.
Bill Stacks is a great guy and a friend, and Bill Stacks' show is his show, and he can do whatever he wants with it. And my opinion doesn't fucking matter. This is America. He wants to run a show, and that's what he's doing. All right. I saw a fraud, and I'm going to expose the fraud on the show. Okay. Now, but this is Bill's show, and Bill could do whatever he wants with his show. And I'm the one that brought to light that this guy's a disgrace. So I think once it's like,
whoa, hold up,
once we have this super fight, and I knock him out, and with overwhelming evidence, then you as the viewers should tell people, hey, don't put Raimondi on anymore because he's a fraud.
Yeah,
you guys control that. You guys control because you're the viewers. You tell them what they want. But someone owns their own show. They do their own thing, and I support them.
Yeah, and Stacks is my brother, man. Shout out to the general. He can do whatever he wants. But Stacks never claims to be.
Bill's doing a great job. He's got a great show.
Yeah, and he never claims to be the authoritarian on who was in the service and not. But the thing is I'm just saying one thing you've done. I've seen him on other shows. I've seen a lot of contradictory shit, but I've never seen nobody hit him the way you did. And he had nothing to say, man. Like, it was like, like I was in a chat on somebody else's thing, and one of the guys came in and was like, he was acting like Raimondi. They fake like they're him. He's like, you let that Stone Sour abuse me. How could you do that, kid? I said, listen, I knew it wasn't him. I thought it was. I said, listen, before I knew it wasn't him, I said, bro, you come on there line, you got abused, you deserve what you got. That dude's a veteran. His friends died. He takes it very seriously. Don't joke around with that shit. And then it was like, that's not him. And I was like, well, whatever.
Well,
my said his favorite hobby.
I don't even, like I said, I don't even believe that that's his real name. I'm going to end up spending the money. See, he's not worth $20 to me for me to run his name. He's really not.
Well, he says he's Luciano too. He swears he's Lucky Luciano's nephew. That's what he said.
Well, bottom line, for me to do a search on him, the $25 or whatever it is, he's really not worth that to me.
No, unless we can schedule this meeting up.
Unless somebody wants to donate the money to do the due diligence, but I'm not wasting a dime on a fake phony fraud like that. I know he's a phony.
Mama Luke, we're not disagreeing with you. No one always bringing up anyone doing an interview once the first interview. Listen, I understand that Stacks. Oh man, look, Stacks can do what he wants, man. That's all I'm saying. He's stolen value.
He's the one that wants. Stacks wants to moderate this and have me completely destroy him. But he has to be. He's trying to be fair. Great. But after this,
here they said it. This is what they wanted to say. Just say this from the beginning. You're basically saying Stacks is not good of a dude. He's not a good dude giving him a voice. Listen, you're entitled to think that. We're not saying that. But Stacks is the kind of guy who does what he wants. He doesn't care what anybody thinks. And that doesn't make me less of a man. That's his show. Like, who the fuck am I to tell him what to do?
That's his show.
You'll never see that shit here, though. You won't see that shit on our show.
And he wants to put it together. I'm the one that said, listen, I want to confront this guy. Let's do it. Let's do a show with he and I. So I'm asking for it, in all honesty.
Right. I mean, I
want to this fuck. Now, after this is all said and done, bro, I would hope other people, but I still can't tell people what to do with their show. It's not my right. It's a free country.
Listen, you had me on that show with him. Once I used to try to give respect. How's he doing? The guy seems all right because look, and anybody on here that acts like they know that he was this, that, they're lying, man. Nobody knew what he was about or anything. You brought to light, and then a lot of shit started surfacing.
I've read a lot of stuff, mob books and shit. I've never heard this guy's name.
Yeah, he said he helped whack the Pope too. But
Jesus. Well, he did a horrible job because he survived.
Yeah, I know, right? It's just crazy.
Pope John Paul or the one before him, the one that died in office. This guy's so full of shit, man. It just needs to be stopped. It's done. He's stolen valor. I only cared about, you know why I care so much about Stolen Valor? Because listen, let me tell you why. No, I'm talking to the guy. What's his name? Mama Luke?
Yeah, I don't like Stolen Valor, period, man. I think it's a crock of shit.
I want him on that show because I want him to accept money for doing this. And once he does, he's guilty of a felony. And that's what I'm gonna do. I want his ass in jail, to be honest with you, for lying.
And you know, it's crazy because I can't get into too much what I'm going through my legal situation. But I will agree with you. How the fuck can these guys lie like that? When I'm going in a fight of my life to prove what I got going on, I don't want to get into specifics, but which I have all the records. I have a lot of shit in my way, but these guys can continuously just lie. You know why? Because a lot of us, and I'm going to say me too, some of us might be ignorant. We don't do enough research. You want to take people for the word because you think that everybody is going to be as honest or as forthcoming as we are, and that's not the fucking truth.
People lie about having cancer to collect money. People lie, say their children have cancer to make money. This guy, when you're a pathological liar, you're a pathological liar, a compulsive liar. You know, he doesn't care.
I'm just, maybe it's me, but I could never live like that. I would never want to be that.
It doesn't go any other way, bro.
Crazy, man.
Maybe him actually having to look himself in the mirror.
Listen, Stacks, right? Look, last thing I'm going to say. As soon as that happens, Stacks has been doing nothing but try to put this debate together. So that's my boy. I'm never going to talk about the guy, man. It's just not going to happen. So you guys are entitled to your opinion. And I love that this is democracy, this country, man. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. But all I'm saying is this is a great show tonight, man. I didn't realize the time.
That's all right, yeah. Let's shut it down. Hey, shut it down, and then you and me. We wanted to talk about something.
Right, listen, everybody, thank you for coming and joining us. Thank you for my esteemed colleague, the Stone Sour veteran. Show your love, show your fucking respect for our soldiers. This shit is real. And just remember, man, we're always going to give it to you straight. There's no bullshit, no punches. It's me and Rob just doing shit. His knowledge, my little bit of knowledge, trying to give you good content. We'll never be fake, always be real. Stay blessed, not stressed. We love you guys. Be safe, man. All right? God bless.